We did it, guys. The 2023 season is officially in the books, and the Jets actually won a game to close it out over the Patriots, their first victory over New England since 2015. We have an action-packed show for you guys to wrap this whole thing up. Jets superfan and rapper Hoodie Allen is going to join us for a couple of segments, plus so much more. But before we get to any of that, it's time for the not the takeoff, end of the season. It's the landing. All right, I was over there in Florham Park for Baggy Day, and for the most part, it was an optimistic tone for the Jets. They focused on the future, getting Aaron Rodgers back, fixing the offensive line, getting a receiver, and how all of those things were going to make this team a legitimate, not playoff contender, but Super Bowl contender. And truthfully, the Jets are probably right. Fix up the offensive line, get a receiver, keep your talented players like Bryce Huff in-house, and you can compete. But guess what? I am sick and tired of this team saying it. No more words. Talk is cheap. Play the game. I want to see it, because this is now year 5 for Joe Douglas. This is going to be year 4 for Robert Saleh. This is going to be year 2, kind of, sort of, because he only played 4 snaps for Aaron Rodgers. Either way, every year with this team, every year with this regime, they're saying it. They're saying it. They're saying it. Enough saying it. Go out there and actually do it. It's time to stop talking about winning games and actually win games. Win the division, get into the playoffs and win a playoff game and make a real Super Bowl run. Don't just talk about it. It is Jets class, and we are now welcoming on a very, very special guest. It is Hoodie Allen. Dude, thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us for a little bit here.
Yeah, happy to be here, man. I'm at my most pessimistic as a Jets fan. I can't wait to vent for as long as you'll have me.
You're from Long Island, so I mean, yeah. Automatically you're in Jets country. Was the fandom influenced by family? Like, are you just from I mean, you guys are born and you're bleeding green out of the womb. Like, where did the Jets affiliation come from? Was there a moment that kind of captivated you?
No, my dad is actually a Giants fan. You know, like, I think it was just as simple as I like the color green and someone got me a hat or a jersey. But yeah, as early as I can remember, I was going to the Hofstra training camps back when they were in Hofstra. I missed that. Earliest Jets memories are going there and like cornering Neil O'Donnell between like 2 cars in the parking lot, begging him to take a picture. He didn't want to take pictures. Boomer Esiason was way nicer. Shout out to Boomer. We love Boomer Esiason forever. My fandom goes far. Like, I'll be on like the Jets message boards. Like, growing up, like I don't want to call it the websites, but like I'd be in the message boards, sometimes posting, mostly just viewing, and now that's like Twitter, right? Now that's Twitter, and not only are you there, but like the players are there too. It's wild. Breece Hall followed me this year on Twitter. I don't know why. Best follow ever, though.
As your life experiences go up and down, what's the album after the Aaron Rodgers Achilles injury going to sound like? I guess that's probably going to be darker than the breakup album.
I was at that game.
You were?
My brother came in from Los Angeles. We were like, we have to go see this game, regardless. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to ask. You know, I've got like a few of the people, the lovely people who work over in like the PR section of in the Jets, and they'll sometimes like hook it up with tickets, and the hospitality there is amazing, as I'm sure you know. Yeah. But I was like, I'm not asking them. Like, this game is going to be too crazy. Like, I just want to go with my brother. I want to like get the best seats we can. And I've never been in a more deflating / exciting 3 hours of my life. That was an absolute whirlwind. The New Jersey transit back was the worst thing of all time, but the Xavier Gibson punt return was kind of or kickoff return was definitely worth it.
Current state of the team. Where are you overall in assessing the Jets? It's the Robert Saleh, Joe Douglas, potentially swan song going into next year with Aaron Rodgers leading it. Where's the emotion at for you right now?
Well, I'll say this is the first time, I think, in my adult life where I've just decided not to tune in to a few games on the weekends.
Yeah.
It's very tough to just hear we're close, and not see the actions match the words. And really, when you take off like the Jets glasses to it, it feels like they're like actually they're closer to their actual performance than they are their aspirational performance. Because I look around, I mean, and the AFC is tough, obviously, but I look around at the other teams in the AFC, especially like there are like 3 or 4 teams that didn't make the playoffs, that are arguably ahead of us.
Yeah.
And that's scary because I don't see how we're getting better.
Is there a move that you could see these guys making that would bring you back in? I mean, what's on like your to-do list this offseason that could potentially right the ship or at least suck you back in again?
I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I'll be back in. Like,
yeah.
I'm always back.
Yeah.
I'll be back in when there's 2 months of draft coverage that we're sure to get. And if everything is basically where it was resetting last year, where Aaron Rodgers is the difference maker, which I have my own sort of more gloomy feelings about what it will look like, even if he is able to be
justified.
out there.
He's 40. He's 40 years old. Had injury last year with his Packers, and an injury this year. I mean, that's an asterisk. Like that's my biggest concern is like you talk about this team. Everyone's like, oh, everything gets better when Aaron returns. It's like he is a year older, and he hasn't really looked like the same Aaron Rodgers for 3 years now. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah, it's the quiet part that no one wants to say out loud, I guess. But like this is, like I was so happy when we got him. I didn't compare it to the options out there. We got the best quarterback for sure.
Yeah.
We did. Need to make sure that he isn't the reason that we give up on another season. We need a second quarterback, a veteran presence who can run an offense, who can throw for 250 yards, complete 65% of passes.
Alien concept.
To Breece Hall, who can make, Garrett Wilson be like he's a target monster, but even more effective, given some open space to work in. And yeah, I mean, obviously people are going to say it comes back to offensive line. And I think when we really diagnose what the offensive line / like cap situation is, I think it's even more scary to think that there's not one move.
All right, dude, we're going to keep you around for one more segment. We're going to do a little Connor versus with you, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And can I say one last thing?
100%, go. Floor is yours.
I don't even blame Zach Wilson. I would never put one player as the reason why. If he has a great career elsewhere, fantastic. Thank you to all the BYU supporters who became Jets fans for 3 years. See you later. I hope he does great. It's all good. I don't even care if it's Robert Saleh. I want all these people to succeed. Like, I want them to succeed.
Yeah.
I'm like an optimist at heart, but we can't deny the fact that there are other teams that are also in their quote-unquote rebuild, and it's taken them way shorter time, and they're already in the playoffs this season. That's all I'll say.
Dude, you're a Jet fan at heart, man. You want the best, you just expect the worst.
I want the best, I expect the worst, and at least I'm not rooting for the Commanders.
It is time now for Connor Versus, and it is presented by Monmouth University. Explore further at monmouth.edu/amplify. We've got Hoodie Allen back for a one-question winner takes all. Hoodie, the question: when will the Jets next win the Super Bowl? Go.
Wow. Well, it's not going to be in 2024. I'd like to pick a specific year so that people can come back to this historian-wise and see my vision for the future. I'm going to say that the Jets are going to win the Super Bowl in 2037. 13 seasons from now, there will be one remaining player on this current roster, and that's it. It will be Sauce Gardner. He will be a 35-year-old bum, but we still have him on the team. It's going to be his last year, the year he goes into retirement. Whole new regime. No one that you know right now is on the team, and that will be the reason why we have a chance, and we bring it home. AFC champions, New York Jets. NFC champions, Carolina Panthers, and the Jets beat the Panthers in the weirdest Super Bowl that no one could think is possible.
There we go. I like it. All right. I'm going to not go that far. I think the Jets will not win the Super Bowl next year. I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll actually win a playoff game, but they will fall short of the Super Bowl. They'll run it back again with a lot more optimism, infuse the offensive line with a little more talent, and the Jets will be Super Bowl champions in 2025. Aaron Rodgers will win it, and then he will ride off into the sunset after giving the Jets 3 years, 2 of actually playing. Like I said, I think they'll be better next year. I think they will make the playoffs next year. I do believe in Rodgers, not so much Nathaniel Hackett, but I believe Rodgers can cover up some of his issues. They'll make the playoffs, win a playoff game next year, and then in 2 years, they will be in the Super Bowl, and I think they will win. And the NFC team that they will play, I'll go with the Cowboys. How about that? Jets over Cowboys in the 2025 Super Bowl.
I think the Jets beating the Cowboys was the most unrealistic part of that.
Yeah, there you go. And the victor goes to you, Hoodie. Congratulations. You knocked me down. I was off to a strong start in this Connor versus. Won my first 3 matches. Now I've dropped my last 2.
I think I'd rather your version of the future come true than mine, but you know, Jets are gonna jet.
There you go. There you go. If you guys are interested actually in seeing Hoodie, tickets for him are available on hoodieallen.com. He's going on tour soon. He's going to be in New York on March 11th and Philadelphia on March 12th. Make sure you guys check him out.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, Connor. Appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy. It was awesome having Hoodie Allen on the show this week, so we figured we would stick with the hoodie theme and talk about the other hoodie in Jets land. That is Bill Belichick. He has coached his last game for the Patriots, ending with a loss to the Jets. How crazy is that? So like I said, sticking with the theme, here are my top 5 hoodie Bill Belichick's New York Jets moments over the years. The Jets just beat the Patriots for the first time since 2015. But that 2015 game, it's one of the top moments on our list. The Jets taking down the Patriots in overtime. Eric Decker, corner of the end zone. To keep the Jets' playoff hopes alive at the time, everyone counted them out. They won that game. Man, what a moment that was. One of the few bright spots for the Jets over the last 10, 13 years. And how about Spygate? Not only did the Patriots and Bill Belichick do it, but it was Eric Mangini and the New York Jets who turned them in. Belichick, never a big fan of this organization, but those feelings truly turned to despising when that happened. You look at Belichick, everything he's accomplished, believed to be and truly is one of the best coaches in NFL history, but Spygate, that is a blemish on an otherwise spotless resume. This list would not be complete without the infamous piece of paper, Bill Belichick resigning as head coach of the Jets after just one day, writing it down on a napkin, and handing it in, plus that rambling, babbling press conference that he gave stating why he made his decision, and plus that disheveled suit. Who could ever forget that? And we all know about Tom Brady, but it was the New York Jets who actually started the Tom Brady era when Mo Lewis knocked Drew Bledsoe out of that game. Man, just to think about what that, no, let's skip this. This is supposed to be a fun list. We're not going to talk about that. But our number 1 moment, it hails from 2011 when the Jets, Mark Sanchez, Antonio Holmes, Braylon Edwards, Bart Scott traveled to Foxborough and took the Jets down in the divisional round of the playoffs to advance to the AFC Championship game. Coined the phrase, "can't wait for Bart Scott," which still follows him today. Undeniably one of the best Jets moments of the Bill Belichick era, because that was the day they truly took them down in the biggest of big spots. All right, that is going to complete our list. Let us know what your thoughts are from the best moments of the Bill Belichick New York Jets rivalry right in the comment section. Walking or not doesn't truly matter. We want to hear what you think and what sticks out on your mind as the good, the bad, and the ugly from one of the greatest rivalries in the NFL. That's going to do it for this episode of Jets Class. Thank you guys so much for joining. It was an absolute blast. You can catch all previous episodes of Jets Class, which you should do, across SNY's digital platforms. That is X, that is Facebook, and that is YouTube. If you are going to watch on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to SNY's channel and give a little comment and like to all of those Jets Class videos so we can spread to other Jet fans. Also, big thank you to Hoodie Allen for joining this episode. It was an absolute blast. Again, if you guys want to catch him on tour with Bryce Vine, the Saturday night tour, you can get tickets on hoodieallen.com. He's going to be local March 11th and 12th in New York and then Philadelphia. We are, though, not going anywhere. Next week, we are going to be back with another episode of Jets Class previewing the offseason. We can't wait for you guys to be here, or there, I should say, because that's where we'll see you.